Yeah, welcome to week 3. There we go, Lucy. So this week, mixed media.
I like mixed media.
Yeah,
Lots of colours.
potentially. Lots of colour. Mixed media, effectively, simple term for is what it is. It's putting two different materials together. So any piece of work that involves two different materials is classed as categorised as mixed media. Last week I gave them quite a challenge.
Last week was tricky.
So this week we're not going to potentially be drawing anything specific, but we're going to do a lot more playing with materials this week.
So potentially no subject matter this week.
No, despite the fact that I've got a lemon cut up
nicely
here
set up
on a little
on a
napkin
cloth.
there.
No.
No, so the first I've come up with this exercise for them to do.
No, I keep looking at what you've got out. It looks like
sorry,
an artist's
I've
sweet
got an
shop
ant crawling on my paper.
on your paper.
The ultimate in mixed media. Yes, so I've laid everything out. So what I'm asking them to do in the very first exercise is to get a selection of materials out, whatever they've got at home. So if we run through what I've got out, and believe me, I'm sure that they've got lots and lots of different things, but I've got some soft pastels, I've got some water-soluble crayons, I've got graphite here, I've got charcoal, I've got some colouring pencils, I've got some oil pastels, which actually are new. You can see why.
Very fancy.
Yeah. Biros, some wax crayons. I've got some inks. These are the acrylic inks, and I've got some just some watercolour paint here.
Yeah.
They can get out whatever they've got at home.
So
and
they
obviously
don't
I've
have
got
to have as many things out
no,
as you. It's just
no,
as many as you've
no.
got.
I mean,
at
I
home.
would say that they probably need half a dozen things.
Yeah.
But by the time you've got, you know, a pencil and a pen out, that's your very basic.
That's your two
You
things
can pick
already.
up crayons from the supermarket.
Yeah.
And I'm sure
They've got colouring pencils as well.
that they've got
haven't
other
they?
things
Yeah.
other things at home. The other thing I've got out is different things to make marks with as well.
Yeah.
So they can actually bring that into. So I've got brushes, obviously sticks, feathers, and they can use
And
those
sticks
sort
and
of things
feathers
as
can
well.
be picked
Yeah.
up easily
And
on
I've
the
got
daily walk.
little palette knives as well. So I've got all of those sort of things. But you don't have. You can use a kitchen knife. It doesn't have to be anything like
kitchen
that.
fork.
Now what I want them to do is I want them to allocate a number to each of the different materials.
Right. Okay. So this is what your numbers are for.
So this is
on
what
here.
my numbers are for here. So each
I
set
did
has
wonder.
been allocated a number. All right.
Yeah.
And then I've also put the numbers 1 to 10.
So they're a little
So
bit of fun.
a bit like a raffle.
Oh, love a raffle.
Love a raffle. And your prize
It is nothing.
for today
The prize is there isn't one.
is drawing experience and playing and everything else like that. So what I want them to do is get as far as this, lay their
Yeah.
materials out, allocate a number.
Do I get to choose the number?
Yeah, I'm going to get you
Yeah,
to choose the
good.
numbers, all right? And then what I want them to do is choose 2 numbers out of the
Yeah.
tub. So go on
This
then,
is
Lucy.
to make sure she doesn't cheat.
No, and they've not been primed in advance.
No, they
All right.
haven't, even though it makes it sound like they have because she's just stated this. Okay. Oh, I should let you unfold, shouldn't I?
If you like, you can
Yeah, no, it's
unfold them
fine.
if you want to.
There you go.
So Lucy has very kindly chosen me number 1, soft pastels, and number 8, which are crayons.
Crayons.
You can use any colours you like. In fact, you know, let's go for plenty of colour today. And then you use the 2 materials that you've selected. I'm going to use some blue here and maybe a nice orange because we get some nice complementary
Colours
Colours.
in there.
Yeah. Now you may pick 2 materials that don't work very well together, but that's
That's
you know,
part
can,
of the process.
Can you make them work? And also which do you, out of the two that I've got here, which do I use first? Try them both ways.
Yeah.
So if I was to use like the soft pastel, and you can just make some marks here, right? If I was to use the crayon, how's that? And actually that's, you know, that's working quite nicely through there.
It's pressing very hard.
Yeah. And you see here they've started to mix a bit as well. So I'm getting these greens.
They actually work surprisingly well together.
Yeah, so they're coming out quite nicely.
I didn't
here.
have high hopes actually. I like the colour combo, but
Yeah. You know, and you just explore what happens with these two materials. Now I've used that one first, the soft pastel first. You know, what happens if I use the, and I'm just going to start drawing my lemon in here actually. So what happens
so if you
I,
don't want to just make marks, you can set up a
Yeah.
basic sort of subject matter to base your drawings
yeah,
on.
because some people can struggle with. So what happens there? And actually, look what I mean. That's quite nice there, because if you can see the marks of the crayon actually
Yeah.
showing through the soft pastel. This is different because it blends that way
Yeah.
around, whereas this on here it's not.
It almost covers it, doesn't it? But
Yeah.
it's sort of
But you can see that through. So you know, that's, you get two very different effects depending which way round
yeah,
you use them.
yeah. I'm quite surprised by those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
I quite like that.
Yeah.
You know, I quite like the fact that, you know, you've got these, and you can change colours. They can change colours and things as well. All right,
Yeah.
and then basically they carry on. So get myself some Bessie. So you can put those two back in like that. Give it a good mix up again. We take two more. That's it, thank you very much. And what have we got this time?
But number 10,
So we've got some watercolour.
number 10,
Watercolour
and number 2.
Number 2.
Ooh.
Oh, so that actually, these are water soluble crayons and watercolour, so they should work actually really well together.
Yeah.
So let's go for some purple this time, and maybe some yellow paint.
So you're going with the complementary colours today.
Only because I want them to show up really.
Yeah. It is quite a nice way of seeing what they can do, though, isn't
Yeah,
it?
they
What
can
either
use,
material can.
I don't know, I've got a small brush then, it's not brilliant. Let's go for a bigger brush for a minute. So I'm just going to lay down some watercolour paint like that, and then while it's still wet I'm going to try with, so you get your lovely bit of vibrancy of that. Very vibrant. Now if I was to let that dry, it might be that I get a very different effect. So again,
Yeah.
think about, if I let that dry, what will happen, and then also if I draw with this first, now I'm just making marks really, I'm not drawing anything in particular. And then let's take my water colour as well, and see how that now picks up there.
Yeah.
So I've got yellow on there as well as
So it blends the two
blends
colours
the two
together more,
colours
doesn't
together. Yeah, so you get very,
it? Because you're using water directly onto it, I guess.
yeah, and these are water, you know, they're water solid, and they're starting to mix here as well, so I'm getting these sort of different colours coming out as well. There you go. And so it's almost like endless possibilities within these two ranges.
Yeah.
So I'd like them to repeat this exercise at least half a dozen times.
Could they choose three numbers if they
Yeah,
wanted
well,
to
that's-
extend things on?
So that's the next part of the exercise. So once they've filled up a page with lots of playing
with just the two different.
and experimenting
things.
with the combinations of the different
Yeah.
materials, they can either from what they've got here, think, right, I quite like what's happening in this one, what's showing through. So they might decide to choose those two. I might decide, or they might decide to choose two particular materials just to take further into a drawing.
Yeah.
And then they can pick a subject matter. They've got all of that material, hopefully, that they've been gathering from weeks 1 and 2, particularly week 1 where they did all those lovely sketches
The
and
Turkish
things.
maps.
And the Turkish, yeah. And take
I'm
those.
surprised I remember.
Oh,
that.
I was, yes.
I do listen.
Yeah, so they can take that then forward, or obviously they can set something up, very simple setup. Obviously I've got my lemons here, and then do a drawing with those two materials, those two mediums. The other thing they can do is they can then have a go at picking 3 out
Yeah.
of the pot, and what happens when they suddenly got 3 to play around with.
Yeah.
So this week is
I like this week.
a mega play week.
Yeah.
Could be very colourful depending on what they go for and what they pick. I know that some of them have got some nice new materials at home that
Everyone's getting their deliveries.
that they're playing with. Yeah, I'm still waiting for mine to arrive from Jackson's today, but not here yet. So there might be some more materials in the mix later on in the week. So I'm gonna continue to play.
Yeah.
Throughout the week, and I will then take that into a drawing of some sort.
Yeah.
All right. So that's what I want them to. That's the plan for this week. And lots of playing, lots of different materials. Really, just try everything. It could be that you start using some of these and scratch into. I can scratch into those, and that gives me a nice effect as well. And depending on what the combinations are, depends on what you get.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah. Sounds good.
get going.